I've only been a massage therapist for a little while now, but I don't think I'll be able to keep doing it for much longer. I started working at full time, Monday through Friday. Immediately, I was getting exposed to the full range of customers that came into the massage parlor. For most clients, it's easy to just block whoever they are out of my mind and stay in the routine mindset, so that I don't even remember most of the people I massaged in a day. Though, every once in a while, the person is worth remembering. That's one of the major perks of the job. I don't make very good money as a full-time massage therapist, but every so often I get to massage somebody who's pretty hot. I still have to keep my composure no matter what, though. Like this last Friday night. We close at 9 o'clock where I work, and at around 8:30 there weren't any clients left in the building. All of my co-workers and I were just milling about, waiting for closing time. But that's when we got the call. I was the closest to the phone, so I picked it up. "You've reached the massage experts. This is Timmy. How may I assist you this evening?"
Hello, Timmy. I need a full 1-hour session tonight. Do you think you can help me out with that?
Well, unfortunately, we're due to close in about half an hour. Would you like to reschedule?
No, if you can't do it tonight, I'll just find somebody else who can.
Okay, why don't we squeeze you in for our last available half-hour session?
No, you don't understand. I need an hour. I'm so worn out from working all week long. I need full body work. You won't be able to get it done in 30 minutes. I'm plus size, as in thick with 2 C's.
I really didn't want to end up getting out of work at nearly 10 o'clock, but I had to be honest with myself. I had no plans for once I got home, other than cracking open a beer and watching Netflix by myself, and that could wait. I needed a little extra money. Plus, the woman's voice was so sultry and intriguing. Not to mention, I had a thing for women on the voluptuous side. I figured an hour alone with her seemed like an opportunity that I shouldn't pass up, so I stuck my neck out for her. "Sure thing, ma'am. We're here for you. Just ask for Timmy when you arrive."
Thank you so much, Timmy.
I had the sinking feeling in the silence after the call that I'd made some sort of mistake, or that I had done something I wasn't supposed to as a professional massage therapist. I tried to ignore the feeling while I waited, watching my coworkers get ready to go home as I prepared for another client. It wasn't until about 8:50 before she finally showed up. She was not what I was expecting. Despite her voice making her sound like a model, she was the farthest possible thing from it. Not only was she fat enough to eat models for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with her ample belly fat spilling out from underneath her oversized blouse and barely fitting through the doorway into the lobby, but she was also ungodly ugly. She looked like she had been called Crater Face in high school, with horrendous acne scars all over her face, but the acne had never really gone away. Her morbid obesity had long since warped and stretched away any beautiful features that might have once been on her face, and now it was just a big sweaty ocean of grease, a perfect environment for all her zits, boils, blackheads, skin tags, and moles.
Hey there, boys and girls. Which one of you is Timmy?
Despite her mutated appearance, she knew what she was doing with her voice. Somehow, she managed to uphold a demeanor of self-confidence so unshakable that it could only be defined as one thing: moxie. Even my coworkers struggled to maintain their professionalism, giggling and jeering loud enough for everyone to hear. But there was no running away from any of it for me. I'm Timmy.
Well, of course you are.
The woman charged up to the counter like a bull, shaking the foundation of the building.
It's sure nice to meet you, Timmy. The name's Bethany, but you can call me Big Beth. Get it? Like Big Beth, but me. I only let handsome men like you call me that. You understand? You look like George Clooney, and I love George Clooney.
Have a great evening, Timmy. See you Monday. I wanted to stop one of them and beg them to stay and help me get rid of this Big Beth woman, but it was too late. They clocked out and left me there with the behemoth in heat, staring me down with hungry, hungry eyes. She kept leaning more and more on the counter between us, forcing me to smell her pungent body odor. I almost gagged. All those long unwashed years, all those spots she definitely couldn't reach in the shower, just oozing with a stench like a hobo massage room and get comfortable whenever you're ready. I gave her a few minutes head start alone in the room. While I waited, the clock hit 9 and I felt myself split into two. I wanted to run away. I wanted to go home and be by myself and not deal with her. But I knew I couldn't leave her alone in the parlor. And I knew I could really use the money from the session. I just hoped that she would be as big of a tipper as she was everything else. When I went in to begin the massage, I was not surprised. I steeled myself and oiled up my hands, then began the massage. Her body was like a rippling sea of fat and endless skin. I struggled to find any actual muscles to work on in all that dead weight that spilled over the edges of the massage table. It felt like I was just digging aimlessly through the folds of jello, uncovering all the crusted sweat and lint I had feared of. But that wasn't even the worst of it.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. You really know how to use those hands. Don't you get all the thick girls calling you daddy with skills like that?
Bethany, please. You don't have to say any of that stuff.
Oh, but I want to. I bet this is just how George Clooney would give a big girl like me the rub down she needs.
I've heard the stories of how some people try to take a massage further than it's supposed to go, but I never thought I'd be in a situation like that. I thought that was something only female massage therapists would have to worry about. But I've never seen anything like this woman. She asked for a lot. I didn't want to do any of it, but I felt that I had to. I needed the money, and I thought it wouldn't be so bad if I just kept my eyes shut and only breathed through my mouth.
Now, Timmy, my back is just fine. You're doing a great job, and I'll be sure to pay you well. It's just, I need help in other places. Would you be a good boy and help out a woman in need?
Somehow, and I still don't know how, but she convinced me. Maybe I'd forgotten just how disgusting she really was after having my eyes shut for so long, or maybe I'd just gotten lost in the sweet sound of her voice, but I did everything she asked me to do. I clipped her toenails because she said she couldn't reach them and they were starting to grow fungus, so I agreed. They needed to be cut. When that was over with, she asked me to shave her legs because she was going out Saturday night and she didn't want to look like a bear, and I agreed. That on top of everything else, she didn't need hairy legs. And of course, she asked me to take a washcloth to all the creases in her belly, which I did just to be nice because I didn't think anyone deserved to smell the way that she did. After all that, she asked me to clean off her feet. Finally, after the longest and most arduous hour of my life, it was time for her to go. She got dressed with a big smile on her face and a sparkle in her eye, giving me all sorts of compliments on my work. Before she walked out, she left a huge stack of bills on the desk and kissed me on the cheek. And then she was gone, out the door, and I haven't seen her since. I washed my hands and rinsed out my mouth as thoroughly as I could, but no matter how hard I tried, I could still taste her. Before I went home for the night, I thought I'd count my hefty payment for the ordeal, but that's when I found out something that nearly killed me. Those bills. Not one of them had the face of a president. Each and every single bill was the same face.